this about Moxley?
Episode 39, The Watchers Podcast, WATCHERZ Podcast, YouTube, Instagram,
39,
Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you want to follow us at.
everywhere.
I'm Tavon, tri-state_tip on Instagram. Tell the people where to follow you.
You already know Tiger Helly 19 on the Snapchats and IGZs. The governor.
Governor.
Hello, governor. Hello, governor. The government.
It's a Tuesday, isn't it?
Oh no! Here we go.
Can I have some more? Jason Williams on Facebook. Follow the stripes.
I've been calling you Vest for so long. You just said your name. I was like,
AKA Big Vish.
Long story on that nickname. Let's see. Smitty Green Giant on Instagram. Julian Smith on Facebook.
Smitty Wood 365 on Instagram.
And the boy Corey J. Not here with us tonight, but here in spirit. All right.
How's y'all week?
It was good. Good weekend.
Yeah.
We got July 4th coming up this week.
Yes, sir.
So hopefully you guys take some time off, get to rest and relax and do it up a little bit. But
I'll be down. That is anymore.
well, yeah, Brian, you you living that superstar life right now. Right? I feel like we haven't had Brian.
Sort of.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to reintroduce Brian Smith is here with us tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get on. The superstar,
For 2 weeks.
Back.
the elusive superstar is with us tonight.
Man of mystery.
He's been working on some projects and been a busy man. So glad you're back today. Let's start with some news that we got from this past week. I think the biggest news we heard was the casting for the upcoming Superman movie. I don't know if he meant to let it come out. I was kind of going on his Twitter feed, James Gunn Twitter feed, and it was a response to somebody who said these are the reported actors from Superman, and then he just kind of concurred. But I can't remember the name right now. I'm going blank.
The guy playing Superman?
Yeah,
The new guy. His name is David Corn.
it was some corn sweat. Corn sweat.
Corn.
Go ahead, somebody pull that up.
Yikes.
I know the woman who's playing.
Yeah, Brian was telling me about her.
She's on the Marvelous Miss Maisel on Amazon. I think she's a pretty good actress.
I don't know how to pronounce his last
The
name.
guy, what's his first name? David Cornsweat, right? Am I saying that right? Or that's how it's written?
I'm looking it up right
If he's
now.
watching it, can he call
Sweaty
it?
corn.
Let him call it and tell us.
Yeah, it's
Sweaty
David
corn.
Cornsweat. Cornsweat.
Ugh.
Alright.
Corset.
Can you spell that?
I don't like how that sounds.
It's CORENSWET.
All right.
I don't like my.
I'm going to try to
corn
find
sweat.
out what he
If we're
has.
butchering his name, we apologize. But
It's probably corn sweat.
Yeah.
And what is the woman's name? Do you see that on there? I know she's in the Marvelous Miss Maisel.
Hold on 1 second.
Abigail Tinsley, I think.
Nah.
Okay, I just made that up.
Rachel Brosnan.
That's way off.
That's way
Let's
off.
just do generic. What? Redhead names. Abigail, Rachel. It's only going to be about so many
Tinsley.
redhead names.
Sounds about right.
It's David Cornsweat. I'm just going to say cornbread. David Cornbread to play
Shit.
So I don't recall him from anything in particular. I'm looking at his IMDb at the moment, but he's been in the Pearl movie. He was in We Own the City, which was an HBO miniseries about Baltimore police. I'm seeing House of Cards, Affair of Estates, stuff that TV shows that I really haven't watched.
We Own the City. That's the one with John Bernthal. Right?
Yep,
That's
yep,
the show. Okay.
yep. He's from Philadelphia, so not too far from there.
Really, boy.
Yeah.
That's an automatic cheer for him now.
Only thing I heard about him that he is a very big guy. He's like 6'4", so he's probably gonna be one of the tallest guys playing him.
Well, that's about 6'4". Yep. And I'm not mad with that. I'm not mad with that at all.
No.
He's supposed to play like the mythical, Greek figure or the Greek body concept, and I think Superman is the embodiment of like a Greek god, right?
He's gonna have to bulk up though.
Yeah, well,
I imagine he is.
same thing that happened with Cavill. So, and I think Cavill can't be much shorter than.
He's 6'1".
Yeah.
Okay,
He's
yeah, he
6'1".
can't be much shorter than that. So,
I think this is a unique take on it because everybody really wanted to see Cavill come back. But I'm in the mindset now, just the way how they're doing all this, they just gonna have to blow the whole thing up and start from scratch.
well, they're starting. I don't know if it's complete because I think we still have the verdict out on if Ezra Miller is in or not, and we have the verdict on what's going on with
Gal Gadot.
not even her.
Yeah, Aquaman movie.
I thought she got the notice that she ain't coming back.
Oh, why they have her?
Then she came out and said that she might be back.
Okay,
but they don't know.
so the only one
It's a convoluted history. My whole thing is if y'all just gonna just reboot it, just blow the whole thing up and just start from the ground up. That's what it's looking like they need to
because
do right now.
Aquaman and Flash never got notified. There was never nothing that came out that said they were not going to reprise their roles. It's only happened. The only time news we got was with Superman when the Wonder Woman movie got canceled, and Batman, and the whole thing about him not being able to direct the Batman movie. So he was like, "All right, I'm just done with it."
Yeah. But didn't they already say that James Gunn, didn't he say he was thinking about bringing Ezra Miller back?
And that's what I was saying. I think the verdict is still out on Ezra Miller and Aquaman. I think they have a chance of staying with the new group of heroes going forward.
I don't think they're going to replace
However, if they did get rid of Aquaman, I would not be mad. I can see. No. Listen to what I'm saying.
Okay.
I can see Ezra Miller staying for the sakes of this is how we're going to propose this new universe because of the multiverse, because of Flash, right? And Flash will be the the linking piece between the old universe and this universe. But Aquaman or Jason Momoa should be playing Lobo.
I think he's better suit for that.
He should be playing Lobo. I don't hate him as Aquaman, but they can go ahead and get some Prince Charming looking dude to play Aquaman,
which I think is going to happen,
and let him play Lobo. That to me would be the best casting I've ever seen in a comic book movie.
I wouldn't be mad if they changed everyone and not even use Barry Allen, just use Wally West.
No, you need Barry Allen.
You think so?
Yeah,
just because of
because we can't do Justice League again without Barry Allen. I don't want to see Wally West.
I would love to see him, but
I don't know if they're gonna rehire that boy because the movie tanked.
Then they would have to exactly. I think they were waiting to see what the success of this movie was to determine.
It's bad because they're starting to pull it from the theater.
Right now, it ain't looking too good in my opinion, and it sounds like they're going to go ahead and try to.
It was pretty good. Did you get to check? You get to watch it yet?
Yeah,
you didn't watch it. What do you think?
I watched it. I gave it a 7.
Okay.
Can we do a little spoiler on it now?
So while we're on the topic, you weren't here, Brian. What do you rate Flash?
What you did, about 7.
Okay.
What'd I say? 7.5.
Yeah.
I think I said 7.5.
I think we all was 7.
Yeah, I think I said 7.5.
The acting was great. It's just the movie wasn't.
Okay.
It could have been a lot. I think Supergirl not being it enough was what threw me off.
I liked her.
Yeah,
I did like
she
her.
needed
She
at
was
least
really
15
good.
more minutes. As long as that movie was, she needed 15 more minutes.
I liked her. Okay, but going back real quick.
They blurring out the titties?
Lois Lane, because this. Thank you.
Oh, my bad.
I'm not gonna cut that out, by the way.
I know you gotta keep that.
What's the movie in the background of the night?
So we are watching The Wrestler tonight.
It just came so random.
Unknowing to Jason, this is on cable TV and not a premium channel. So when the nudity show,
We in the strip club and they blurring out the titties.
yes, they do blur it out for cable television.
Yes, we can't. It's a family show.
Yeah.
My bad.
I want to give some shine to the female actress in the new movie as well. It's not Abigail, but Abigail stuck in my name. What's her name again?
Oh, the one that played Iris.
The new Lois.
Hold on.
Abigail Thompson.
No, her name is Rachel.
Oh, it is Rachel. Wait,
You said
what did I say?
You said that was one of the games. You was like one of the names. He said, "Yo, one of the generic names."
No, her name is
Rachel Brosnahan, right?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, she plays in The Marvelous Miss Maisel, which is a good show on
It says she's
Amazon.
a good actress, though.
And I hear a lot of people who watch that show really think she's a really great
Yeah,
actress.
she
so.
got 2 Emmys,
She did? Nice.
so you know she gonna bring it.
So she will be playing Lois Lane. In contrast, I think she's really short.
It's an interesting piece on where they're going to be, how they're filming this movie, though.
So, with this new casting, right? My question to you guys is, how do you, what stories of Superman, what do you want to be, what would allow you to accept this new Superman going forward? What do you want to see from it that's be like, you know what, I'm okay with this new universe? What would be a success in your eyes?
I just want to tell him my favorite Superman story, an arc, the death of Superman. That's my favorite one. I love that one.
Because he dies.
That's my favorite one.
Okay, I think we got a wall from that for
Damn.
now. I think they got to give us at least 2 movies before that
Maybe 3.
touched again.
Damn,
Maybe 3.
Zack Snyder gave us one out the gate. He said, "I'm throwing it in the first movie."
He let us know how he really feels.
Right.
Julian.
I put it like this: if they're doing a Superman movie, right? I guess the one I would like to see is just one that's full of hope.
That was very
I'm not
optimistic. Very, very WB.
Yeah. I'm saying that's what the character was supposed to be, a beacon of hope. So that's what I want to see in it. It's a contrast from what I would see with the Batman movie, because the Bat world is going to be a gritty world. Superman is a little different because he's going to be one that's just going to be like a shining beacon of hope.
Okay.
I think maybe because the show that I was watching, that Superman and Lois show, nailed it. And now my expectation is for this, even for a small budget show, what they did this season with it, man, kind of just has had me like, man, they should maybe just run with the show instead of this guy. But it's a new time, it's a new era. I mean, I hope it succeeds because it's a franchise that really needs to get going. I mean, I just hate that DC they own all their stuff, but they don't know exactly what they're doing with it. So.
Okay. Brian.
I'm hoping that the main thing I want to see is a contrast between Clark Kent and Superman, because that's the one thing I think Henry Cavill didn't show a difference as.
Okay.
You know, he didn't show I think he was the same person whether he wore the suit and the glasses.
The cowlick or not,
Yeah.
or the little Jerry curl or not.
Yeah, that's the main thing I want to see is how do they write that, how does he interact as Clark Kent, how does he interact as Superman,
Okay.
and also the only way that you can really fight Superman is you got to attack him emotionally.
Yeah. And that's kind of one of my gripes with him too, as a character. But go ahead.
I think that's the only way now, since we've seen him do total destruction. We've seen him as I don't even know how you describe Christopher Reeve's version. Other than
Boys
So-
Out.
Christopher Reeves was in an interesting, I don't want to say interesting time, but he has a benefit of almost being a pioneer of it, where there is no bar set really. I mean, there was like a older,
The old show.
the old show,
I used
but
to
it
watch
didn't
that.
live up. It wasn't the same expectation that we got from once Christopher Reeves donned it, because there was newer technology in film, so they had the ability to do things that weren't seen at the time.
And that
And
dude got a sad ass story too.
The one that
From the show.
George,
George Reed.
George Reed, who Ben Affleck played.
Ben
in
Affleck
Hollywood.
played, yeah.
That's a good movie though. Hollywood, that's a good movie. I like that movie.
I think Christopher Reeve just kind of set it forward because he was the first really to play him on screen. So he kind of made the character his own, even though it was within an existing character that was made. Because if you see a lot of people now, the first assumption of Superman you see is probably Christopher Reeve. That's not a disrespect to the comic or anything, but that was my first incarnation of really watching was him.
It left a impressionable, moment in your life when you watch that movie.
And his Clark Kent and his Superman seem the same.
The Christopher Reeves? Mm-hmm. I would argue differently.
Just think about how bumbly he was as Clark Kent, and then when he put on the Superman suit, he acted like, to me, he felt like he was playing like somebody else.
Two different, you mean?
Yeah.
Because you said the same. You saying
he was the same. He was the same for me, but it seemed like when he was Superman, he was Clark Kent
just
dressed up as Superman.
No, so
and he didn't like his whole posture, everything just seemed like it was fake.
To me, and it's probably because of that stupid monologue in Kill Bill, where Christopher Reeve's Batman, Superman, is the one that showed the difference. It's the one that showed how he believes humans to be bumbly, goofy, make mistakes. Mm-hmm. Where his Superman didn't really make mistakes. He didn't trip. He didn't bumble. He got in fights where he didn't always win at first. But his Superman as a character was confident.
He drank a little too much in one of them.
The Hennessy was strong when he put that suit on. But when he was Clark Kent tripping, fumbling papers, and fixing the glasses, that whole demeanor was not there when that cape and that suit came on.
Well, I want to see a Superman that knows he can destroy everything, but
I don't think we'll ever see that.
His whole manner is like, I can't. If I walk too hard, I'm gonna crush the ground. I want him to see him, tiptoeing through life, and then when it comes time for him to unleash who he is, we see that.
Yeah, we may get that. I think one of the points, one of the synopsises I read was, because this is a younger Superman now,
they wanted to establish that
they want to see him go through life and juggle who he really is versus who he pretends to be versus who he needs to be, type of deal, and figure out what his life is supposed to be. They may very well go into, hey, you're too strong, like his father talking to him, like, you can't be doing it. And we've seen it. We've seen it. I think what you want is a little bit more of somebody who's accepting of their strength and making a conscious decision, saying, I could knock your head straight off the shoulders, but today,
it's like in the cartoon when he went to Darkseid's world. He told him, he's like, I've been holding back my whole life, and he's like, now I'm going to wreck you, and he just darn near destroyed him.
Yeah.
So something like that, but also the fact that he's going to be introduced in a movie where there's already superheroes. So now it's like, do you put him in that predicament where he's too late? They already done took care of it.
See, I don't know. We don't know. We don't know how this is going to be established, right? Mm-hmm. And that's one of the
intrigues in this whole thing.
Also, the hesitancy, right? Because we've seen introduction movies, we've seen worlds exist of multiple superheroes. We don't kind of want to revert all the way back to step A, right, and do another introduction. We don't know if there's other heroes in this world yet. We know there's other heroes in the world yet, so don't treat us dumb. That's up to them to see how much they're going to give us in a first movie. But
it's an interesting movie right now.
It's also hard for me to be engaged in a Superman story because of how strong he is, how almost indestructible he is, but also how goofy he is. For real. Like his weakness of that rock and his emotional play on him is like is goofy weaknesses to me.
You know what's crazy? And
it's a character flaw to him to some extent because he's so powerful. You only could do but so much to make him have a flaw.
I'll just say this because I've just been reading. I still read some of the comics. Some of the writers actually been acknowledging that, and they've been actually downplaying his abilities now, so they can pretty much write better stories out of it, because that's the problem that they were running into.
Well, I know
that's a big problem
in recent comic, well, not recent, but probably like the last 20, 30 years. They've been saying, he has a weakness toward magic. Mm-hmm. So that's another one that all right, cool. All right, I'll let that rock. but
think he's-
inherently,
He's psychological. You gotta mess with his mind. You gotta alter.
your mother don't love you. Oh my
yeah,
god!
yeah.
Oh my god!
You gotta alter
It's
his.
exciting.
You gotta alter his psyche. And,
Yeah,
and
it's
to
just-
me, it honestly, what also probably makes him bad is what Homelander is good at. You know.
And that has been my argument for the past 3 or 4 years now. The best storyline that you can do with Superman is make him a villain. You will never get a better storyline than the strongest person you know being the one you have to stop.
Yeah.
And
That Injustice book, pretty much
one of the
yeah.
best storylines DC
If
has.
they could do a one-off on that, that would be awesome.
And to credit Zack Snyder, he did flirt with it. He flirted with
was-
a lot of stuff.
He was borderline.
He
doing
flirted.
it.
He flirted with the death of Robin. He flirted with the Injustice storyline. He flirted with Flash going through time and changing time. He flirted with a lot of things in his movie. I'll give him that.
He really was pushing towards that Injustice thing.
I think we would at least got some scene, like the nightmare scene, where that theme of that nightmare world would have continued, and say like Justice League 2, that nightmare world would have had its own 15-minute fame before we got back to the real story. And that would have been real good to continue that theme throughout the movies. Like, hey, if y'all don't change, this is what y'all gonna see.
Yeah. But
That'd have been ooh.
But my other thing that I find interesting is who is going to be the villain, because they're already saying that Luthor is going to be in it, but what physical threat is he going to face in this?
It's not going to be. It's going to be psychological, but Luthor's going to find kryptonite and or somebody, some B rank, C rank comic book villain who got enough strength to hit him while he low on weak on kryptonite.
It's probably. I mean,
That's the way I see it going.
Jason Young. Well,
They're not gonna put nobody big in it because really, who is Superman's main villain? It's really only just Lex Luthor.
It's Luthor.
Everybody else in Superman's villain history is okay.
think-
Brainiac, but they're not gonna do Brainiac first movie.
That's what my
Metallo.
only. That's my.
still have
He
Metallo.
was-
Bizarro, but they're not doing none of those people first movie.
That's my only gripe with Superman. I think he's got a weaker rogue gallery to an extent. Because, I mean, certain ones, every one that he's fought in is like Toyman and like Banshee and Mannheim and all that. I mean, Parasite is one that would be, I can see they can throw something in there with.
He's a polar opposite of Batman.
Yeah. So
Well,
I
Batman
mean,
is
as a
like
writer,
that.
I would. As a writer, I probably would hate doing Superman.
Not me.
But you know what?
I would love to write Superman.
And this is where I'm gonna give James Gunn the benefit of the doubt.
He's gonna
He
make it work.
changed your mind about people that you didn't know about or thought weren't big enough to be stars. And who thought we'd be watching Ratcatcher in a movie?
Yeah.
Peacemaker, Polka Dot Man.
King Shark. Was
I like King Shark got a little bit. He got a little bit of juice behind him. But the CD level people, he made us watch it, and it was a good
he knows
movie.
how to treat the characters. That's why I'm saying I'm like,
So I'm gonna give him benefit of doubt, and hopefully this movie does good. Personally, I'm not a fan of Superman. I'm hoping that the movie does good to make me want to invest in their United Universe going forward. I definitely want to see what happens with Batman.
I want to see it succeed. Really, I don't want it to fail because I'm like I said. At the end of the day, even though that Superman may or may not be for everybody, I'm just a fan of the genre, and I just want to see it succeed. If those fail, then you're not going to see whatever you want to do.
Well, this David Cornswit guy's 29, so I think he
he
got
can
a
do it
little
for
bit
10
of a
years.
run. He got
10
a
years.
good time
He's
to.
not only going to be playing him on the movie, he's going to be playing him in the animated versions.
Yeah, they're going to keep the consistent with the
Yeah, he's
characters.
going to be animated, and I guess it's going to be video games with him
Okay.
in it as well. So he's
Well,
in it. for
good
the
luck to
long
that
haul.
because that Spider-Man game fire.
I'm telling you, if I'm going to write, and this is free, if I was going to write Superman, to me his enemy has to be someone that eventually becomes his ally. And I've always been stuck on Superman fighting the Green Lantern Corps.
You know you've been watching Fast and Furious when you say the enemy got to become the friend. But go ahead.
I've been preaching that just before all that mess. But I'm serious. Like you got to put him up against somebody that is eventually, that can bring an army to him. You know what I'm saying? Like that can threaten Earth. Like his enemy just can't be someone that threatens him. It got to be something that's going to threaten Earth. If he fall, everything's done.
Yeah.
I think they're going to start
the
Hawkmen.
The Hawkmen, when they came to Earth on that one cartoon, and they chose violence, against him and the rest of the Justice League. I think you gotta make those kind of movies, and he got to be by himself.
Okay. Well, we'll see. Anybody know when it's supposed to come out? Is that 2025?
Yeah.
2025?
Summer of 2025, I believe. They start filming in Atlanta in January. That's even if the actors are even still going to be working right now because of that.
Yeah, well, he's going to be in the gym, so they got to give him at least 6 months to get big.
Yeah, I hope
he's going to do it naturally.
Or
if you don't do it naturally, he could be ready next month.
Or they put him in a padded suit.
Talk to Jericho. Jericho keep getting abs 1 week, then the beer gut the next week. Abs
for real.
The next week. All right. Anything else with Superman casting y'all want to talk about? No? All right, well, let's move on then, goddammit. Speaking of movies, a lot of companies are backing out of San Diego's Comic-Con this year. Comic-Con, well, at least San Diego Comic-Con is known for its
unveiling
news, trailer releases, casting announcements. They do a lot of fan service at these Comic-Cons for the public and get a lot of people hyped for upcoming movie shows, whatever the case may be. But I'm trying to remember who specifically, but I know
everybody pulling out.
I believe DC. They said, I don't think they really had anything to announce anyway. Is Marvel in it now? I think Marvel dropped out.
Every major studio is kind of pulled out right now, and it's to the point where it's so that everybody's pulling out to Comic-Con is actually really considering shelving the whole thing this year.
Well, I don't think they're gonna shelf Comic-Con because Comic-Con still has a lot to offer. Speaking of which, I'm going to New York's Comic-Con by the way.
When is that?
October. Let me know if y'all interested.
Oh, okay.
But
a lot of the Comic-Con news is basically coming from there, and that studios know that. They know it's an audience for it. But if you have nothing there to really say anything about it,
there's still going to be people to show up for the festivities that happen at Comic-Con.
But that takes away
I get it.
The experience of going there. Yeah. I mean, because people they save up their money all this year, and then you come out and you already see a cool casting of that.
Now, when you go to those things, those announcements, not everybody at Comic-Con gets to make that.
Yeah, I heard it.
There's a long line that starts early as hell, and if you're not that first amount of people that's in the line, you don't get to see it anyway. So you might be sitting in line for hours, and they's all right, we reached our max for the room, and then you just wasted 6 hours of your day.
Yeah, they basically said if it's something like a Batman panelist starts at 3, you better be there 8 in the morning. That's how serious it is out there. So
yeah,
but we'll see what happens. But I had another one. I didn't put it on there, but it was the Fantastic Forecasting that happened. Apparently.
So I don't know if that's official tissue yet. But I think there's a general consensus of the 4 that got selected. And that's what everybody's rumored to say, and we can talk about it. I'm not a fan of it, but go ahead.
I think 2 of them are. I think 2 are staying, and I think the 2 are gone. Supposedly, the rumor is that Margot Robbie and Adam Driver decided to.
Oh, snap. Oh yeah.
He's been paid.
The alarm clock?
No, that was alarm for some of this weekend.
So real quick, the name. So we had Margot Robbie, we had Adam Driver.
We
had
I forgot the
David. How do you say his name? Oh man, The guy who plays Human Torch, I don't know at all.
I forgot his name, and it was another guy. But it looks like they may have Adam Driver and Margot Robbie dropped out, and it looks like the roles that they're eyeing to take it now is Matt Smith from Doctor Who and Vanessa Kirby.
No?
I would like Matt Smith to play him.
So would I.
I think it's an oddball choice because that's he's not. You don't want Reed to be like a brawling brute like a Spider-Man. That's a good pick.
So
that's a safe pick, honestly.
Vanessa Kirby was in the talks prior months ago. She was one of the running casting choices for Sue Storm before everything kind of went towards Margot Robbie's favor. I don't hate her as an actress. I don't got she's cool with me. What's going on with Reed Richards when they have my man from The Quiet Place?
But
John Krasinski?
John Krasinski?
He don't want to do it.
I doubt that.
I don't know.
I
He
doubt
don't
that.
wanna do it?
Yeah, I doubt that he don't want to do it.
So who knows? I mean, if that's where they're going, I mean, I like the fact.
Why are y'all picking?
He made that cameo and
Yeah.
Yeah, he made
But-
the cameo.
All right,
but
let's be for real. Doctor Who or John Krasinski? Doctor Who. Don't tell me he don't look a little funny.
that's the reason why I'm kind of like weighing towards.
He don't look like he got prosthetics on his face.
I just think if he's not going to do it, I like that guy. I'm maybe because I like Doctor Who, and I think he's good in
I'm
it.
a fan of Matt Smith too.
Maybe because I like Doctor.
You saw Morbius?
Yeah.
You saw the scenes where he was the vampire?
Mm-hmm.
That was him in the morning. It was no makeup.
He needs to redeem himself. He needs a project where he can say, okay, that was an L.
Krasinski,
Okay.
that's Krasinski's role.
Yeah, I agree.
That's Krasinski and his wife's role.
But
to
they
be more
don't. If they don't,
perspective.
if they don't do it though, I'd take Matt Smith just because I like Matt Smith. I remember when Terminator Genesis came out. I was
Bad
hyped.
movie.
I was
Bad
hyped.
movie.
I said, "Oh, Matt Smith was in this."
Bad movie.
Yeah, but it wasn't his fault.
Morbius, bad movie.
Those weren't his fault either. It wasn't his
I'm
fault.
just saying. Don't give me. I don't want that. Ugh.
He got booked to stick the winner.
stuff. But
I let him be Dr. Doom. He could put the helmet on and I'll be all right.
I'm not opposed to him playing him
Face
either.
up
But
like the
I just don't see Reed Richards is looking as like how some of the traditional Marvel cast.
Look,
is.
I swallowed the pill with Adam Driver. Adam Driver got some big ass ears. I couldn't see Adam Driver with the little gray patch right here and the lower shaved side head like Reed Richards supposed to have. They was gonna have him like that. They was gonna have him with the long hairs to cover up them fucking bats.
Oh, shit.
So you just being shallow.
I am. I am. You know what it is too? I fucking hated his character in Star Wars.
I was watching that last
Oh,
night.
Adam
Kylo
Driver,
Ren.
yeah, I hated Kylo Ren. He was the worst fucking
Yeah.
Sith
Yeah.
ever.
His
I
character
liked
made
him
no
to a
sense.
point, and then once they started watering him down,
It was terrible.
He should have just been a full bad guy.
yeah,
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah,
if-
he could be Doctor Doom too. They could split. One person be Doctor Doom in the first movie, and then another could come back
Oh man.
and say this is his multiverse Doctor Doom. I don't give a fuck. But Krasinski is fucking. We saw it. We saw him
He
in
would
the
be-
suit
he would be
with
a
the
good-
cut,
he
with
would be-
everything.
he would be
it's
a great
perfect.
one.
It's perfect.
It's dependent on if he actually
It's
signed
perfect.
on board with it.
Him and his wife is the perfect casting.
They
You can't
would
get
be.
better than that at all.
I'm all for it.
I am too. But if they don't want to do it, you got to go with Plan B.
Yeah.
I mean, y'all got to ante up on some money. These NBA players getting paid.
I don't
Oh.
think it's a money thing with them. It might just be a time thing.
Or
I
maybe a
guess.
story thing. Or who
Maybe
knows?
a time story. Just what it is that they see themselves doing past that. What will they be missing out on to do that? It's a whole lot of things factored into that.
Marvel, you got to commit at least 10 years. That's a minimum of what.
like we own you.
All right. Well,
Well, we'll see what happens with it.
good luck to Comic-Con and to the people going there. Hopefully, y'all still get to enjoy the events and festivities that take place.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You saw Indiana Jones?
Yes, I did.
Did you see it, Brian?
No.
All right. Well, without spoiling as much as you can, Give us. All right, let's do it how we always do it.
I saw it as well.
You did see it? I thought you weren't.
Omaha.
All right.
Omaha.
Okay.
I saw it.
All
Skyfalls.
I thought you wasn't gonna see it, but good job.
I know. Yeah, I had the last second and I decided.
Okay.
I will just say this without spoiling the movie.
1 through 10, real quick.
I'm gonna give it a 5.
Oh, damn. Old ass Harrison. I told y'all.
That's the lowest we see him give him.
I'm a Harrison Ford fan.
This motherfucker is old.
I'm going to get to that, and I'll just say, like I said,
He
without spoiling.
coughed. Dust come out his mouth. Go ahead.
He threw out his back when he swung the whip, but it. I mean, to me, I'm trying to really find. And I did a little review on it. Basically, it lacked adventure. It didn't,
Indiana Jones.
It didn't lack. It didn't have the like. It didn't
lacked
feel,
adventure.
No, that's the best way I can describe it.
Okay.
And they relied on, and I understand why, because I mean Harrison Ford is he's up there now, and I guess they were trying to make it more heroic with a lot of the CGI, which they use way too much of it. It was to the
They
point.
had no choice, but
Yeah, I mean, they probably didn't. But to me, some of the CGI for some of the stuff they could have did practical, and it took me out of it. It was like a slow action movie.
What was worse, Fast X or Indiana Jones?
Indiana Jones. I didn't have. I was checking my phone a little bit more than I was watching Fast X. I'm just being honest. If it's on Disney Plus, I would watch it on there. Sans a theater.
It wasn't quite the comedy that Fast X was.
No. I mean seriously. I mean, and I wish Corey was here. Me and him, we watched it together. All of us watched it together, and then it was just like. It was really weird watching it, man. I just didn't. I just think it lacked adventure. So,
Okay.
that's just me.
I'm gonna leave that movie at that. A 5, ladies and gentlemen. And see at your own discretion. See at your own discretion.
It may it may get a lower rating if I watch it again.
5.
5.5, 5.7,
5.
5. Yeah, 5.
But I didn't get to catch this one.
Okay.
I was asleep.
I'm not gonna watch it. So
We took the bullet for you.
Thank you.
It's bad.
I didn't want to see it. Then I was like, okay, a trailer made me want to go see it.
I think that's the only reason I wanted to go see it is because you flipped and you was like, you go see it.
Yeah.
So
what made you change your mind?
Well, I had a meeting.
No. Because they said you changed your heart about going to see it. At first, you weren't going to go see it.
I saw the trailer. I wanted to go see what's the name of that movie?
Boogeyman, right?
No. The Jennifer Lawrence one.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
You saw it?
Yeah.
I'm gonna catch
It
it.
was all right.
How about?
It was okay.
Yeah, all right.
Did
Six.
she-
A 6.
Yeah.
Did she get naked?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna see.
Wait, we got to see
I was gonna-
something?
I was
You
gonna
saw
see it.
something? Oh,
Yeah, I was gonna see it.
How you gonna get out of 6?
I heard she was.
Damn,
gonna
who's
get
that bad?
It wasn't that we ain't never seen before.
I ain't. Oh, well,
seen
did I?
her.
So
I
as
don't
far
know.
as story and plot, no.
Okay.
All right, but still, you can't give a 6 to
And by the way, I would watch it even if she wasn't getting naked. But her getting naked is a
I forgot what we were talking about
a treat on top.
before that.
Why did you want to go see?
I wanted to see because they showed a trailer during that movie, and it was like, oh, okay, this is pretty good. I wanted to see it because it looked like it was going to be full of action. It was like it had a nice story to it. But then,
No, the action was
I had a meeting that went longer than it was supposed to, and
that was
I was
God.
like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not gonna waste my time on that.
Yeah.
It'll be on
Disney
TNT
Plus.
soon enough or TBS.
And it was just it was like I said. I'm thinking about it. I'm giving it a 4.
Ooh,
Well, don't drop it. Would you give it at first? A 5?
I gave it a 5, and I'm taking one number off.
ooh.
Damn. Jennifer Lawrence titties. Go.
Got
Got a 6. Got a 6.
I can't remember the name of it though.
What, the movie?
It was something about date. No.
No.
I forgot the name.
I forgot it too, but it's updating the sun.
The Boogeyman was okay.
I didn't get. I want to see that.
Yeah,
It's called No Hard Feelings.
No hard feelings. That's it. But yeah, it was okay. But
It's a double entendre.
it was one of the ones where
Sorry,
no. It just ain't. We've seen that movie before too.
I got you.
The acting was just really good.
Okay. All right, let's transition on to something else. Let's go to NBA.
A lot of money went out.
A lot of money, a lot of signings, a lot of teams changing. I don't really know where to begin.
Where do we start? I mean, the fact that
I'm trying to think of the biggest change of guard.
about $500 million.
We saw Fred VanVleet go to the Rockets. I'm not really scared of the Rockets at the moment, but Fred VanVleet got paid.
They got Dylan Brooks too.
Dylan Brooks got paid by the Rockets.
Didn't they just get somebody else too for the low?
Jeff Green, I think.
Yeah, that's
$6 million. They mixed their team up. They got old and young right now, so they're not going to go to a playoffs.
I honestly, I think they might be better than what people will give them credit for. I think they can make. I think they can make a play-in.
They may get a 6 seed.
I don't know. I think they can make a play-in team. I think they can make 8 through 10 and be a play-in team.
I'm giving them a high 6.
It's possible.
Okay.
I'm just looking at it as a broad. I mean, they made some good moves, and it's
Milwaukee was able to retain Middleton and Brook Lopez, which I think they needed both. I honestly did think they needed Brook Lopez more than Middleton, but they kept them both. Miami lost Max Strus and what's that point guard?
Caleb Martin.
No.
No.
Gabe Vincent.
Yeah.
Gabe Vincent was at the Lakers. Gabe Vincent's with the Lakers. The Lakers signed a few people.
They actually made some good moves too.
They re-signed Rui Hachimura. They re-signed Austin Reeves. They gave him decent money too. They signed Gabe Vincent. They who?
Russell went back too, which I was surprised.
Russell.
Went back to the Clippers.
D'Angelo.
D'Angelo Russell. Yeah.
Back to the Lakers.
He's back there. I'm surprised they offered him money too. They lost Schroeder.
I'm glad he got his money because he went back to Toronto, and the league was laughing at him because he bet on himself.
Yeah, he still messed up.
Yeah.
He still lost.
He's going to be
a lot
known
of
for
money.
that. But he got $26 million out of this one, so he
had a 4-year, $80 million contract waiting. So good. Well, at least he got something. And to mind you, that was like after 2 years of minimum contracts that he took.
Yep. So he had to play his way to get that money again. So,
really, the biggest news that I can think of that keeps popping into my head is Damian Lillard requesting a trade. And I think a lot of people were hoping for this day to come at some point, and it took a little longer than we thought it should, but it's here. And where do you see him ending up? Where would you like to see him end up?
Golden State.
Oh my God!
House.
And you do that, that's the Power Rangers all together. All them shooters.
I think they've done all the moving they're gonna be able to do.
I think they could sign somebody, but Damian Lillard traded to where? If you had the, all right,
who's got the most assets?
Where
though?
Do you want him to be? Not what makes sense. Where do you want him to be?
I'm biased. I would love to see him playing in Philly, but
now they got a way. I got a feeling it's going to include having to get rid of Tyrese Maxey, though.
No deal. I hang the phone up. They say that. I do. Because Dame Lillard, got 2, maybe 3 years left.
He's 32 years old.
Okay. I mean, what's your window on Embiid? Maybe 5 years.
To me, it's not important if Embiid win a championship because he's had several chances now.
So you think Maxey is your future?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And honestly, I think we should have moved. If we were going to move to get Lillard, we should have done it when we had that chip of Ben Simmons.
Yeah,
that was
but
the move.
I don't think Portland was listening to trades at the time.
I ain't listening to him neither. I don't want Dame Lillard.
So,
just like I ain't want Harden.
I'm taking Dame Lillard. I think the front runners right now in most people's eyes is Miami. I think he verbally stated he'd like to go to Miami if he had to play for somewhere else.
But they don't have the pieces to really move.
They do.
Oh, well,
It would include Tyler Hero.
Yeah.
And what's his name? Lowry.
They got Lowry and Hero. More than likely, both of them be included in that trade. And of course, draft picks and some other stuff. But Miami has the means to do it. I think Philly can finagle a way to do it if they really wanted to. Harden has requested a trade himself. I don't know if his market is as good as for Dame Lillard.
No,
So
at all.
I have a hard time finding out where Harden is going to get traded to for real. For real. I
They
can't see him.
Were they talking about him going back to Houston?
Nah,
But I think Houston is over Harden right now. I think they once they gave that money to Van Vliet,
That was
that was
over,
their
yeah.
that was we're not going with Harden.
apparently the way how they were explaining it, James Harden opted out, was going to opt out, but he saw the landscape that he was not going to get,
The money
that he wanted.
that we gave him.
so he opted in to get the guaranteed $36 million.
In hopes of also being
They
traded.
traded.
Yes.
Now the problem is they can't now if he decides if they don't move him by the season start, are you going to have the James Harden that did what he did in Brooklyn where he just showed up and out of shape and don't want to play or
I'll put him on the bench.
or whatever. So this is something. I mean,
I'm over James Harden.
This is something that I mean, you're gonna have to
over,
watch
bro.
play out.
I think y'all need to talk to the Clippers. I think the Clippers will take him.
For who?
That is the question. Y'all gonna have to come up off a bunch of ancillary pieces that y'all just have to be happy to take, like a
They may need to get picks.
Terrence Mann and you know something else, maybe a pick.
They may have to get picks. I mean, because they don't have any. What they don't got a pick next year, do they?
I don't think so.
So
I know we didn't get any this year because of Ben Simmons.
Yeah.
So if I'm them, I would just start
That-
loading up possibly on some picks and get some expired contracts.
That's a harder trade for me, honestly. I can't tell you.
Who, James Harden.
Yeah.
Like you said, they trade him to L.A. We'll get a bunch of guys whose contracts would be over the following
Yeah,
year.
that's the only way I could see it working.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And if they trade him to Portland for Dame Lillard, we'll get a whole bunch of guys whose contracts going to expire, minus Dame staying for 3 years after that.
I
then
know
our
Portland is going to keep their young players. So they don't have many old players on Portland. Y'all going to get the center. He's like the oldest player on their
The
team.
one that stay hurt all the time.
Right.
Nurkic.
Nurkic. Right. Maybe a 3-team deal
That's the only way.
and try to move him somewhere. I don't know. But
And it'd be different if Brogdon didn't go to Boston already.
yeah.
Moving to Indiana, we could have got Brogdon. That would have been a nice trade.
Yeah, but I think Boston's keeping point guards
I
right
just
now.
do something weird like
After getting rid of Smart,
get Zach
Boston's
LaVine.
going to keep their guards.
We're gonna get like Zach LaVine and Lonzo Ball.
I just don't see how that works.
Well, they shopping Levine.
They are?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Cause we got what's his name?
Well,
Pat
it
Beverly.
may not be bad
So what's his name is in the mix
to
right
have
now.
Maxey as your point guard and Levine at the 2. They're not bad.
I'm not mad at it either, but you know what it is. I'm not stuck on like having another superstar. I just want somebody I can play.
You don't want somebody light skin.
I don't care. I wanted Ben Simmons. I still wanted Ben Simmons. I wanted him to learn how to shoot.
That ain't happening.
I'm still upset about that.
That ain't happening.
But Zach LaVine would be a good look. It's just all about Harden. He ain't got a choice. I'm like, you ain't got a choice. You're gonna go play with DeRozan, and that's what it is.
Which also it ain't terrible. It's just he doesn't have a market for the money that he wants to make.
I think
that was Houston Harden, and after he got injured with the Nets, that Harden.
I just think that Harden's ego is.
I
I
still
think
think
the
they'll
players
move.
is over it now.
I think they'll move Tobias Harris too. I think that'd be two
I
different trades.
also think you do need to move Tobias Harris. I think you can move Tobias Harris and get 2 young good pieces to help that team win.
I don't know.
It's just who wants to take Tobias Harris. That's all. At the same token.
Well, I think a lot of people would because his contract expires.
Oh, it is. Oh, yeah. Then y'all can that's tradable. That's tradable,
I think he's going to be a separate trade, and Harden's going to be a separate trade.
especially to a team that's trying to win a ring.
Mm-hmm.
The Lakers may want to look at that and be like, "Shit, we'll depending on how some of these young boys play this year, we might need just a reliable 3-point shooter at the corner.
I think they'll trade. PJ Tucker with Harden wherever they ship him to. That package is going to include them. It's going to be them too. Because we just signed Pat Beverly, so I think they're going to.
That's going to be something.
They're not going.
Would y'all have traded Chris Paul for James Harden?
Yeah, I would have.
Who did that?
But I want him to sit most of the season. I want him. I don't want the free sample to be during the regular season, and then when it's time to kick in the paid version, you don't play. I'd be like, hey, sit down. Most of these 82 games, I need you to sit down.
Okay.
I don't need you doing nothing but watching and coaching from the sideline.
That's true.
Because once the free sample version is up, man, it's over for
Trial subscription.
Where you got to put your credit card in. Go ahead. To continue, we need your credit
And
card.
every time you put your card in, it's going to say insufficient funds coming out there.
He said insufficient funds.
Yeah, but I would have done that one. I'd have done Harden for him.
Okay. I
would've
think
done
that could have worked in everybody's favor.
Because he would have made Maxey better.
Yeah.
Because he makes guards better when he's able to get them when they're younger.
Yeah.
All right. So who do y'all think is going to win it this year?
I don't know who's going to win it until I see the team going into October. As of right now, I like Celtics on the East. Unless Dame goes to Miami, then I have to readjust to see what the teams
That's
look like.
going to change everything if that happens.
I can't count out Giannis and the Bucks. They got the team back together.
They got Phoenix marked as like 4th.
I don't
In the
really.
league.
I think low key, Phoenix may be the team to beat.
They just got Eric Gordon too.
They got Eric Gordon. They
Oh,
got two
he
other
went
pieces.
there?
They
Yeah.
got Yuta Watanabe. He's that big like forward center that Nets had. He could shoot the three. They signed Damian Lee back. They got guards. They just need a couple more forwards and like a forward and a center.
Now,
And depending on who they sign, I'm be like, that's a hard team to say you gonna stop all three on one night. Like all three of them gonna have a bad night. That's gonna be hard to say.
Only thing, Bradley Beal got to stay on the court.
I think he will because Devin Booker is going to be the primary ball handler.
he ain't got to do all the work now.
Correct.
So that's going to relax his game.
Right.
It's going to relax not Garnett. I'm sorry, Durant's game.
Yeah.
As
Do
well.
they keep Aiton also? Or you think
In my
They got
head,
to move him.
trade him.
They got to move
Trade
him.
him. If you can get a forward and a center for Aiton, that team is set.
What's the
That
boy's
team
name
is
from
set.
Indiana? The one to go to the Lakers last year.
Oh, Miles
Turner.
Turner.
Yeah, do that one.
That's what they originally. So the original thing was Aiton was supposed to go to the Pacers, and my guess is Phoenix would be like, all right, just go ahead, take him, but we'll do a sign and trade.
Yeah,
But
I think that's a
Well,
I think
they're
at this
ready to
point they may go back to Indiana and be like, all right, we know y'all wanted Aiton. Let's just get this done.
Who else is there?
They got Halliburton.
He ain't going nowhere.
He's not
just
going
got
nowhere.
paid.
They got a young team.
No.
They got a young team.
They building around him. So
Honestly, I think Aiton's value decreased a little bit because Amani's sitting him. And somebody has to be able to put that dog in him.
What if he got traded to Detroit?
He don't have it.
oh man,
Honestly-
that would be funny.
Honestly, nah.
I don't think that'll happen.
So
Nah.
here we are again.
Nah, it ain't gonna happen.
Nah,
Some team
they
needs a center. He got to go to the East. He can't stay. He getting cooked by you. He can't go anywhere because he gonna get cooked by Giannis. He needs somebody that has a good. He would have been good with the Celtics. He would have been good with the Celtics. I like Kristaps with the Celtics. They both would have been good with the Celtics because Horford is a good defensive presence on himself. They both could have been on the floor together. He gives them height, huh?
Who is Boston center?
It's Kristaps.
Porzingis
now. Porzingis 7'3".
They got some
Why I
size.
keep thinking he like a small forward?
No, Porzingis is 7'3".
He's a big boy, man.
Yeah. So you can't go wrong with that. But if I was the Suns and I'm like, damn, y'all trading Porzingis too? How do we get Porzingis and Bill? All right, let's throw Aiton in the deal and let's get both of them. Oh my God, Porzingis and Bill with Booker,
So what they do that?
Durant, sheesh.
So what they trade? What's my man with the dreadlocks? Robert Williams. I think his
So
name is?
now I'm looking at Robert Williams.
yeah,
But that got to be a 3-team trade because they're not going to take Ayton and Porzingis.
Yeah, they have to bring somebody else.
So now we're talking about a 3-team trade. Who wants a center, and how do we get Robert Williams? Phoenix gets Robert Williams.
Mm-hmm.
I think Robert Williams would be a good fit with Phoenix.
Yeah, because he don't want to score.
He just want to protect that rim and get rebounds, and that's exactly what they need.
Yeah.
Rim protection. All that.
He'd be a good fit with him. I thought Marcus Smart would be a good fit with him. I was looking at Marcus Smart to trade.
The Grizzlies made.
I was looking at Chris Paul and Ayton for Marcus Smart, and the numbers ain't matched. They had to throw somebody else in there, but
I think low key Marcus Smart going to them is a good thing.
yeah, it's gonna help.
And they got Derrick Rose, and that's a good backup point guard because they're gonna need
If he play.
Yeah. I think.
Well, they gave him a minimum. They gave him like $3 million. He
Well,
did to be like, look. I got dreads too. I know how it is. I'm tatted up, dreaded, lose great.
Chill, bro.
I'm tatted up, lose with the dreads, baby. Come on now.
But he may actually get some playing time just because. Ja Rule.
Ja Rule.
Ja Morant.
Damn,
I'm sorry,
Ja
Ja
Rule.
Morant.
My bad.
No, I was thinking about something with him. But Ja Morant's going to be out 25 games, so he may have to get some.
What up,
playing time.
gangsta?
Sure.
What up?
Hold on, that's what I was going to say. Did y'all see the off subject? Did y'all see him on the stretcher this week? Ja Rule. I guess he was at a concert or whatever it was. He came out on some stretcher.
He's still doing.
It was
concerts.
rapping or whatever it was. It was dumb as hell. And then 50 kind of chimed in on it and was trolling it. Man.
My favorite Ja Rule moment in recent history is when he was in Milwaukee performing at time. He was like, "What, Milwaukee? Y'all remember me?" Crickets. I guess not. What would I be without my baby? Yeah, Dad. I watched that for about 5 days straight. I said, "Poor Ja."
All right.
Yeah, we'll see what happens though. Man.
Yeah, let's see how the rest of this all season plays out, free agency plays out. Then I can give you a better idea of who I got. As of right now, I like Phoenix, I like Denver, I like the Lakers. Those are probably my top 3 in the West, top 3 in the East. Celtics, Bucks, Heat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just about right.
I gotta see how these teams pan out.
Yeah, I don't think everybody's done. I think Warriors got some moves left.
I still
So-
think it's going to be some trades during
Yeah.
the season though. But
They only got one more person they can move is Kuminga. That's it.
No,
We'll see.
We
We'll see.
We keeping Kuminga.
That's
We'll
all.
see.
I'll see the other pieces.
All right. Anything else basketball before we transition on?
nah,
I think that's it.
No new Zion news. I heard the girl pregnant now.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Mariah Mills pregnant.
Hopefully not by him.
he better call Maury and get.
Hopefully he wasn't nowhere around.
This poor boy, man.
Let's transition.
I don't think that's him.
Wrestling. Money in the Bank WWE happened yesterday, London. Early pay-per-view. Yeah, I got Peacock still. I lost my Peacock.
I do.
How'd
No
you lose
homo.
your
I
Peacock?
don't use it though.
Huh?
How did you lose your Peacock?
Comcast was paying for mine. Comcast gave us free Peacock until June. It just ended like a week ago.
Okay.
And now they want us to pay for it,
Oh wow.
and I ain't doing that. Y'all got.
I don't blame you.
I don't know how much it is. I can't do another damn service. I got 10 different services, 10 different logins, 5 different passwords.
I think everything will be streaming eventually.
Yep.
So I can't add another one. It just Peacock. I know it got Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, but that was like the only show that I watched on Peacock. And they got the WWE thing, but they're gonna have to figure that out.
They may not even have it.
Yeah, I'm assuming the numbers ain't gonna match up now that a lot of people lost it.
Rumors going around saying that's supposed to go on to ESPN, but that's a
I
whole.
hope it's not Plus. That's the worst. That UFC with the ESPN shit is the worst.
That's,
You gotta get ESPN Plus and you gotta pay for the pay per view.
Yeah.
Fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Give me a discount and or include it in my package and pay me more and ask me to pay more. Don't do both.
that's the rumor, but who knows?
But either way, yeah, I saw you two saw the Money in the Bank pay-per-view, right?
Yeah, it was good.
What do you think of the overall pay-per-view? Ranking the pay-per-view. Give it an A, B, C, D.
I give it a B, a solid B.
Brian, take your
Yeah.
time. Don't
I'll
rush.
give
No
it a
rush.
B.
A B?
I want to give it an A, but I'll give it a B.
Okay.
Just off of the fact that
Best. Go ahead. Go ahead.
no, I was gonna say I'm giving it a B just because of I think Gunther should have had a bigger match.
Who did Gunther face?
Riddle.
It should have been longer.
Okay.
That should have been longer, but the girls shut it down in that ladder match, though. I'll give them credit.
Who was in the ladder match with the women?
It was
I'm trying to recall the card. I can't.
It was Io. Was it Io Shirai?
The Money in the Bank. That was the Money in the Bank women's match, right?
Io,
Okay.
Bailey, Trish Stratus, Zoe,
Becky.
Belair.
Do you care about knowing who won?
Zelina.
Oh, I know who won all the.
Okay.
They spoiled it on Facebook.
Who won that?
Io.
Io.
Yeah.
Io Sky. I like her. Okay.
I
All
like
right.
her too.
Yeah. Good choice. What is your match of that night, or match of the pay per view?
The girls.
The girl.
The Merz Money in the Bank.
Mm-hmm.
What was the main event?
Bloodline.
Bloodline Civil War.
Tag team match.
Roman and them.
It was actually good, though.
Roman Solo versus the twins.
Usos. Mhm.
The Usos. Usos won.
Mm-hmm.
Roman got pinned. I heard.
Yep.
Okay, for the first time in like 1,300 days.
Mm-hmm.
And since December.
Okay.
Which is nuts.
Nice.
I didn't realize it had been that long.
It
Okay.
it was a good match, though.
Any other matches that from
Should
that
have got pinned in April.
pay per view? Yeah, that did well. Yeah. Any other matches from that pay per view? You guys recall? I'm literally forgetting who was in this pay per view.
It looked like the most of the time was getting saved for the Roman and them fight and the ladder matches. But
So
Seth and-
who won?
Seth and Balor was good.
And who won that?
Seth.
Who won the men's Money in the Bank?
Damian Priest did.
Damian Priest. Nice. Okay. Okay.
And it's people kind of pissed off that
They won an
LA Knight to win, but I think they
Oh
made it.
yeah, he was.
Yeah.
In that. He was in that.
He was like, yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
he didn't win. I keep telling folks,
He was in that.
let it play out. I mean, the guy, it's not going to hurt him. I'm glad Priest won it. I mean, I'm happy that.
I like LA Knight.
I mean,
Yeah.
I like LA
I
Knight.
think a lot of people like LA Knight.
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm waiting for him to start using the dummy.
The dummy button.
Wasn't there a women's championship match or no? Am I bugging?
Nah, that was Friday night, I believe.
Friday night.
Did it?
Wasn't there? Wasn't Oscar?
Oscar and fought. Was it
That
Friday?
was Friday, yeah.
It was
yeah.
Friday night.
They didn't fight at the pay per view.
No.
So is Oscar still champion? Is my question.
Yeah.
She beat Ric Flair.
What's the name interfering?
Nah.
Yeah, Rick Flair.
Sorry, Ric Flair daughter.
I was
Charlie-
Charlie
What's the
Flair.
name interfering?
He said Charlie.
She beat Charlotte Flair.
Interference. What's the name came out?
Belair
Bianca
came
Belair.
out.
Bianca
Yeah,
Belair
yeah,
came out.
actually,
Okay, I can live with that.
And you know-
I like Oscar, and I want her to keep it as long as she can.
She came down there and went World Star on her. So.
And it
I
was
want
crazy.
Oscar to keep it. That's what I was getting at.
They spoiled it online right before it happened. I'm sitting there watching the match and I see it on Facebook. So I guess it was on a delay or something.
No, they taped it earlier from what I
Oh
understand.
yeah. Well, they set it on Facebook like 3 minutes.
So they fought on
before the game was
SmackDown.
over.
Okay.
We'll see.
All right.
We'll see where it goes from here.
Anything with AEW?
Oh, you didn't talk about what's the name turning on whack ass
Oh, Ronda.
Ronda
And
Rousey.
Baszler.
Ronda,
Oh, that happened.
Ronda,
When did that happen?
Ronda Lousy.
That happened Friday, Saturday.
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 That happened Saturday.
Apparently, she's leaving.
Yeah.
Ronda's leaving.
Yeah, Ronda's leaving.
Thank God.
And
trash.
I guess she had asked, could she just, her one last feud was to be with her friend. And they just said, okay, we'll do it. And
She's retiring.
Yeah.
yeah, supposedly. I mean, that's good for her. That girl was about to,
How long has she been wrestling?
about
Like,
3-4
long.
years.
Like 3 weeks.
Too long. Way too long.
I guess maybe 2 or 3 years.
She's been wrestling way too long.
I
we
think
go.
she likes it, and I guess she's a mom now, and
Good.
I guess she want to do what she want
Go
to
home, raise your kids.
do.
It's
Damn.
a lot of hate coming.
I
This
can't,
is a lot
I
of
can't stand her.
ad libs.
Ronda had her moment in the sun. It's time to,
Yeah, that's
time
something
to
that's
fade in the
said.
black.
That's
Okay.
something that's said years ago.
All right.
Bye.
Did it?
Anything else I'm missing, WWE?
Nah,
I think
just
that's it.
The biggest storyline is still the bloodline, right?
Yeah, Roman.
They got to figure out what to do with LA Knight. He got to win something.
Yeah.
He got to win something before he get out of there.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't got much but years
He
left
ain't
in him.
going nowhere no time soon.
nah.
Yeah, but he got to win something.
What? Wait, 40 years old?
Yeah, I think he older than 40.
So
Saw a pic of Bray Wyatt looking in great shape.
Oh yeah, we did see some photos of Bray Wyatt.
Hope everything good.
I
with him.
think they need to figure out what they're going to do with that story, though. I don't know if that story was working. It was working at first.
And they
It got drawn out,
it
and then
got
didn't
fizzled
live
out.
up. I feel like it didn't live up to
yeah.
what the hype was.
Now if they were to do that feud now, it'd be different because LA Knight's a little bit more,
Oh yeah.
a little bit more over.
I don't want to see it. I want LA
I'll-
Knight. I want
I'll
LA
do
Knight
it.
to compete for a championship. I want him to get fucking
I'm getting the U.S. belt.
U.S. Intercontinental. I don't care which one. He ain't gonna get a world title, but yeah, U.S. I'm okay with U.S.
I don't know the way how they working on Raw and SmackDown now. He might be champ. He get the world heavyweight title, the Here Man Damn belt.
Yeah, right.
I don't think they're gonna get that off of Seth Deck this quick.
Nah.
This quick.
No,
Yeah.
they definitely not. Just because they know that's what
Yeah.
we're going to assume is going to happen.
I can see the U.S. title going. I can see him winning the U.S.
It
title.
makes sense.
I haven't seen Theory. Where the fuck he been at?
He was out there Thursday.
He was?
Friday, I mean, he fought the boy from Brawling Brutes.
I was reading an article.
Highland, right? Highland, whatever his name is.
I was reading an article and they were talking about did his match with Cena even really do anything for him?
I honestly haven't seen him in weeks.
Ain't-
Well, they haven't been using them as much. I think they're at a stalemate of what they're doing with them. Like they were pushing heavy, doing a lot with them. To now you don't even really see him like that.
Yeah.
He needs to be. He needs to be in a group.
LA Knight needs to have his title.
Yeah.
That works.
I like to see LA Knight versus Austin Theory. I could watch that match.
We'll probably get that next.
Yeah, I can see that.
If they can get all ego, Ethan Page to run with him,
He had,
he needs somebody to help him when it comes to selling people. Bring
Okay.
them in the building.
he had a match with MJF last night.
Mm-hmm.
For the title.
It was pretty good. I did
Yeah.
watch
Ego?
it.
It was good.
Yeah, because MJF opened up a Collision, had a squash match with one of the local talents, then started talking trash. Where are they? Hamilton, Canada, wherever,
Where he's
whatever
from.
Providence it is. And yeah, he was talking trash. He's like, anybody from
Then that's where Old Boy from?
Hamilton? Yeah, I didn't know.
Yeah.
And then he comes out.
He's Canadian.
He cut it, huh?
He's Canadian.
Yeah, he cut a nice little promo too.
Yeah.
He hit you with that hard times promo.
Now when
Yeah.
when he was doing his promo,
Yeah. And it's gonna read L-I.
when he was doing his promo, ain't he supposed to still be getting owned by the Hardy Boys or something like that?
Yeah, but I think that's how they're gonna turn
Yeah.
the face because they've been turning them face with them.
See,
So-
there they go. See, this. Oh no! This week you got to be our slave again. Like, come on, man. Who's writing that
What
stuff?
the
man?
way they got him though, they got him like with them, and then he's starting to warm up to him. And stuff.
Yeah, he gonna become the face.
That's his
He gonna
face.
become the
Yeah,
face.
I see them. The face turn with him.
All right, maybe I ain't been paying too much.
He gonna
attention
become a
to
freak.
it.
Yeah, they have him out there. At first, they would have him in the back, looking like he was.
He didn't
with
want to
the-
be there, but now
then
he kind
started
of like
looking-
helping.
he in with the crew now. So yeah, that's what they've been doing. They be using that for his face turn.
I feel like I be watching it, but I don't know what's going on.
I didn't watch Collision yesterday. Tell me were there any good matches you remember?
Joe and
How was that?
Roddy Strong
Roddy.
beat the hell out
Roddy.
of each other.
yeah, they was hitting hard.
Who won, Joe?
Yeah, Punk
Yeah.
was on
So,
comment.
so I guess they're
commentary
going to
from
fight,
that one.
right?
Huh?
They're fighting now, right?
What?
Joe and Punk.
Yeah, next week.
Okay.
They're in the next round of the.
Eliminate the tournament.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So some CM Punk only wrestle his friends. Is that what this is?
At the moment, yeah.
That's terrible.
I mean, they've been.
What you want that? So don't get me wrong.
They won
I
this
do
season.
believe at some point we are going to get
Punk and the Elite.
versus. Yeah,
They're going to have to do
yeah. It's just not right now. I think they're going to build that up for a big pay-per-view, and keeping them on separate shows for now, letting people get seen that weren't able to be seen, I feel like was the best that they can do at the moment, and it's working out. And Collision, we were talking about last week, looks really good. And presentation-wise, Collision looks very crisp, clean, a different broadcast to me.
Even when they go back for the replay, they got the graphic come up, and then they do a whole little replay.
Yeah, Collision
You're
does
right.
look good.
You're right. What you said a couple weeks ago.
Sure.
Bro, is anybody even watching it though? Because I seen the
And
ratings
so
were bad.
that's what's happening. I think that time that they
It's
picked
Saturday.
Saturday
It's
night.
6:05 would have been perfect.
is not the right time. You either got to do early Saturdays, or you can't do when time people getting ready
To go out,
Wow.
yeah.
or getting off of work.
Already out.
And yeah, you can't do that
And
little
you
commute
gotta-
times. You
you
can't do
gotta-
5 to 9 on a Saturday.
Then you gotta look at it. Also, then you got college football gets ready to start up soon too. And
So
so that's a
I think
bad-
that was the biggest hurt. That they may have to change that night for real. For real.
They should really have the Wednesday night slot. Put the elite them on Saturday.
that's just a
Dynamite's on Saturday.
That's a bad time, man. Because you got college football. getting ready to
What
start.
happened on Rampage this week?
I don't even know.
I thought it was
I
a
didn't
good
even-
match.
I didn't even. See
Was it the Young Bucks?
Rampage or what's the name?
Oh yeah, it was
When, sorry,
Rampage.
Dynamite.
Or Dynamite.
Dynamite.
Bucks and Hangman followed Dark Order.
That wasn't a bad match.
Yeah, I like Dark.
That wasn't a bad match.
Yeah,
I
evil.
told you, I like Evil Uno.
Yeah.
You don't like the Elite no more, Jason?
Huh?
You don't like the Elite no more?
I mean, I like them as wrestlers. I mean, they cool, but I don't like how the shit went down. I mean, the shit. I don't like how it went down. Just like how sometimes something personally with a character, you're like, damn, I like what you do, but personally, how I
Yeah.
feel or how I look at you now.
Now I will say this. That damn Osprey Omega match was the best match of the year so far. I have not seen a better wrestling match than that.
Over Gunther, Sheamus, and McIntyre?
I still think that was my favorite.
I gotta watch it.
No baby.
I didn't see it.
That Osprey Omega fight
They were
that we
killing
saw last week,
They was
or
killing
what was
each
that
other.
last weekend? Was amazing. Even old boy gave it 6 stars, and he gave it
Who?
Nelson.
Don't say
Meltzer.
Meltzer. Don't he give every Kenny Omega match like
he gave him 5 stars. This is the first time he gave.
It was good.
This
though.
was a great fight.
I gotta watch it.
It was good though, man. I mean, they threw everything at each other but the kitchen sink.
Whenever Osprey's contract is up,
It was crazy.
he getting an NBA contract.
If he wants it,
He
he gotta want it.
WWE's gonna go after him. AEW's gonna go after him.
He's going to be probably like one of the biggest, hottest commodities.
He, to me,
His
right,
stock went up.
is his as far as if I have to draft wrestlers, he's in my top 3 picks of the day. Who I have to draft? Osprey's in my top 3. Maybe number 1. He's young.
evolved.
He's young enough,
He
but
is.
he got everything that I'm looking for.
He evolved a lot though, man. So I mean, they just destroyed each other.
I think that him,
Don't
Osprey, and the Elite.
Don't look.
I know. Ain't he gonna cut?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm cool with it.
Yeah,
I
Osprey
know
and
it's
the Elite
coming.
are the last wow movement, the last wow moments of anything.
We there yet?
Nah, he's still good. And when he start getting attitude, that's when you know he about to cut it.
Oh man,
All right.
dude, it's fiction.
Huh? I know, but everybody got a thing. Like if I bring a snake in here, you gonna hold it. everybody got a vice.
Fuck no.
So look, you watch that for me. I'm gonna grab the snake up.
I've gotten tired of certain reptiles.
No, it was It was crazy. A couple weeks ago. What you want? You guys had one at your job.
Nah, we had a snake in the tree, and that was funny. I'll tell
fuck
you off.
with the
I'll tell
snakes.
you off.
No, I don't fuck with snakes.
I fuck with the snakes. Pick a snake up.
Nah, they don't have no facial expression. You can't trust anything with no facial expression.
Oh yeah, that's the one thing about them though. Like I'm good with lizards, but like snakes, I don't know how to read them.
Yeah,
Like,
they don't have no facial expression.
they don't even have.
can't-
You know they only got eyelids. Yeah, so you don't know.
Well,
Yeah.
you know,
You can't tell if they sad, mad, hungry, or
Only
what.
thing I know is if it's positioned like in the S, it's going to strike your ass.
They're always hungry.
I don't know. They
Like, every time
stay the
somebody-
fuck away from me.
Every time somebody have a snake issue, I be like, damn, why don't you call me? You know,
I'm good on snake. All right. Anything you guys else want to talk about today that we didn't talk about before we get up out of here?
Oh, let's see.
Revisit any go backs.
No, I just want to say
You
shout
want
out.
to change your review on?
No, I'm not changing
Indiana
my-
Jones.
He
Nah.
said 3
Every
and a half.
time,
It's a 3.
every time. No,
Talk about
I'm really thinking about Indiana Jones. I was just disappointed in it. It went to a 3 right now.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna bother. I still gotta see the blackening.
I do want to see that. I'm trying to get caught up on. I did see Little Mermaid the other day.
How was that?
Took class trip. It was alright. It wasn't one of my favorite other live actions. It was cool. It was alright.
Yeah.
Maybe I
long?
was a little tired too. So
Oh, so you
I hear the
watched
same
it.
thing. I hear it was good. It was all right. It wasn't.
Yeah.
Is
original,
it
but
weird
was
that I
good.
don't remember the cartoon? I think I might have seen
nah,
it.
it ain't much. It ain't much. Yeah. It ain't much.
I heard that Ursula was good though.
Ursula was good.
I can't
She
remember her
did
name.
good in
McCartney.
Melissa
Yeah,
McCarthy.
Melissa
Melissa
McCarthy.
I
They
said
said she
Jennifer
was-
McCarthy.
And then, I mean, what's her name did good as the Little Mermaid. She sounded just like her too, and she could sing.
Was it the Halle Bailey?
Yeah, was it Halle? Yeah, Halle.
Yeah, she
You
can
know,
really
sisters.
sing,
Yeah, it's Halle and Chloe. Yeah, it's Halle. But it was cool. It was cool for what it was.
Okay. You were gonna say something, Julie?
Yeah, I just want to say shout out to D-Lu and his podcast. I actually shot a little thing with him today.
Okay.
Second place in Power Mania.
Yeah. He actually does. He goes,
Second place, but number one in our heart.
Yes.
but he actually
Love
goes
y'all.
out of his way to plug our show as well. So thank you for that as well.
The D. Lou podcast, ladies and gentlemen.
DLEW podcast.
He's on what? Spotify,
Yeah, Spotify,
YouTube.
Yeah, he's on everything right
Yeah,
now.
he's on the same outlets.
Okay. And Brian, man, at some point you got to send me that footage
Of
of the
Pod
bowling tournament.
you said you ain't want it.
I want it.
Oh,
I've been asking
He's that
for
one
it.
there.
I've been asking for it.
no, you didn't. No, you didn't.
I'll pull up the text. No. You see, you was drinking. And this is what happened.
I said, who gonna edit
Wait,
this? You
last
said
weekend-
not me. I said,
Last-
okay.
no.
That's what I remember.
No,
That's
last
the reason why.
weekend- listen.
Everybody that's listening, that's the reason why you ain't seen
Last
your Pod
weekend when
Mania.
we was out, I was like, send it to me.
Okay, I'll send it to you.
Thank you. Thank you.
He said, so I can edit it.
I'm gonna do the least amount of editing as possible,
Yeah,
but
do that.
send it to me at least so people can see the events that unfolded.
chop this.
It was over 200 videos. Shout out
Yeah.
to Grendel for
It was a lot.
hooking us up.
Right.
But it's a lot of good stuff.
Yeah.
It is. That's why
It
it
was.
took me so long to do that.
It was a good
There
time.
you go.
So
Going
I wanted to let the people see.
yeah.
Well,
They
you know,
deserve it.
a little bit of the
They
good time that
deserve
we
it.
had. So
The effort put into it. Everyone, bowling and whatnot.
Yeah.
The D-Lou's team, Mike's team. Yeah, it was a good day.
Man, I had such a good time. I split my shorts in the side. Yeah, I had them in the side. It split right here. I think in that second game, it was all the way. The only thing that was saving me is the inside of the pocket.
Oh.
Part come down.
Oh shit!
So yeah, my shit was split like from the second
Go
game.
hard or go home.
Right.
I just like the fact that Mike lost. I ain't never
Should've
letting that
brought
shit
the
go.
belt
Nah, that belt is still sitting home. I got it on the bed right now. I sleep with it.
all right, well,
And
let's go ahead.
And everybody make sure they pay their tabs when you at main event.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
No Beyond Burgers on us.
Pay your tabs wherever you go. But let's go ahead and wrap it up and
I heard it was free bowling and free food.
get out of here.
Chicken wing.
He said nothing's on me.
And that's episode 39, ladies and gentlemen. We've been doing this for like a year now. I don't know if you guys realize
Has
that.
it been a year already?
It has
I think we started
did
in
start
June
summer.
last year.
Yep, we did. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna try to compile some moments together from that year We had some funny moments.
Damn, a whole year.
Probably
We had
most
some real funny moments.
Most of them for me.
The damaging, baby. You know that's gonna be on there.
The damage.
That's definitely gonna be on there.
Macho tip.
Oh yeah, he got to make his appearance again soon.
I think I laughed so hard that night. I was hot. I had almost had a fever. Like, what's interesting when you was doing the voice too? Now, wait a minute, damn it.
You said the women got it.
That was a funny night.
Yo, are we gonna dress up in costume again and do the show again? Cause I got one this year that I cannot wait to bring.
I already told you, I bring your A game this Halloween.
I know what I'm doing this
We
year.
done seen what it is.
I have not dressed up for Halloween in damn near 15 years.
So,
This year is going to be the year.
all right, we'll see. I'm not giving no hints. I'm just bring your A game.
I kind of know what I want to do.
I know what I have. I'm literally sitting on it in the house
All right.
right now.
I feel like I'm just gonna show up with some regular.
No, I'm actually going to do it, man.
All right.
I got something for this year, man. Y'all gonna crack. The
I
fuck
can't
up.
do Jason Voorhees a third straight year.
Okay, I can do it.
I passed the man, so I passed the machete to you.
All right, well, let's get out of here. Episode 39, the Watchers Podcast.
You know your mask is still in my car.
Oh, the Michael Myers.
And you're gonna crack it what I did with it the other day. I put it on.
Do I want to know?
Nah.
On that note,
No.
Why does my mask smell like balloon? Episode 39, the Watchers Podcast, WATCHERZ Podcast, and that's on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcast, and Instagram, where you can follow us at. Again, I am Tavon, Tri-State_tip on IG.
Tiger Helly 19 on the Snapchats and the IGZs. The government governor. Facebook, Jason Williams. Follow the damn strike.
who are you again?
Yeah, that was man long. You didn't breathe to the whole
I know.
He got it all in one breath.
That's what she said. Yes. Yes. That was perfect timing. Perfect.
Julie, come on, man.
Oh God, Smitty Green Giant on Instagram, Julian Smith on Facebook.
The damaging. Somebody with 365.
And that's the legend, Brian Smith, ladies and gentlemen, back with us for the first time in forever. So, all right.
Man.
Till next time, ladies and gentlemen, peace.